What is up, guys? It's Jimbo here, and welcome back to another Destiny 2 video. Today we're going to be looking at the Shattered Cipher, the final of our seasonal weapons, the LMG. That is a Void LMG. Let's jump into it and talk about the weapon. First of all, if you want to know where to get this weapon, you're going to need to get it from the override activity. It has a chance to drop from there. Also has a chance to drop from the engrams that you get from the Splicer in the helm. And also, the pinnacle reward. And then also you can focus into it on the Umbral Recaster. That will cost you data and also an Umbral engram, of course. But let's jump into why I think this weapon is going to be so fun to use, and that is because of two specific perks that it has on it. First of all, we're going to go with the weaker of the two perks, which is Field Prep. Field Prep is, it gives you increased reload speed, or decreases the amount of time it takes to reload. It also helps you ready and stow the weapon a lot quicker, and it also gives you an increase in your ammo reserves, which could put that up to around about 100 in the magazine. Now, the good thing about the Shattered Cipher is that it's a 900 round per minute LMG, which is going to be similar to the Delirium variant, I believe. And it means that more ammo in it is just going to be very, very helpful and beneficial to you overall. But the top tier perk for me, and I always do this on LMGs purely because the reload speed on LMGs is so bad, and that has got to be auto-loading holster. This weapon reloads when it's automatically, when it's in the inventory, but you're not using it. It automatically reloads after a short period of time, and then you can pull it out, do your load of damage, put it away, use something else, bring it back out again. Really, really simple and easy to use. If we move into the second slot, though, there's a couple of different perks that you could go for. Adrenaline Junkie is like an honorable mention, but I think it's just a little bit more situational. You have to use a grenade in order to get the damage buff off, and I would rather go with the other two, which are, one is more situational than the other. So the first one would be Surrounded. Surrounded obviously gives you an increased bonus damage when you are around 3 or more enemies. You can put Surrounded spec on this as well, which means that you're able to do a lot more damage when you are using it and be able to shred everything pretty easy. But once you kind of kill a lot of enemies, that damage buff goes away, so it's a little bit more situational depending on what you are doing. But the main perk here has got to be Rampage. Rampage increases the damage and stacks up to 3 times after you get a kill with the weapon. So auto-loading holster and Rampage is going to be the role that I think you should go for. You can also put Rampage spec on here as well, which will increase the damage output a little bit more. You could go for a couple of honorable mentions like, Zen Moment or Unrelenting, but you got to go with the straight-up damage output on these types of weapons. You could also go for Heating Up, which is final blows of the weapon increases accuracy and stability and also improves the recoil of the weapon. But auto-loading holster I just think is a lot better for your general play, being out and about. The only issue with this weapon that I personally have is that it's another Void Heavy. It's easier to get than the Commemoration, but whether or not it's going to have a place when Corrective Measure comes into the game, which is a VOG Void LMG, and that has some really good perks on it. So whether or not this has a place in the future, who knows? It's a 900 RPM, which is going to have some good shredding power, but it doesn't have that, killer perk that Delirium had, and also, what's the other name of it? Edgewise had. It's just those weapons had something extra to them that made them stand out and were unique, and 900s don't really live up to that at this moment in time. Maybe they need a buff or something, or they need to have better perk selections that allow them to keep putting ammo out. I'd love to see like a subsistence version of a gun, of an LMG I should say, where you have you have a ton of ammo in it and you can consistently pull from it, and that would make it feel a little bit more like Delirium that we used to have. And I just want that weapon back. Delirium is one of the best LMGs I've ever used, especially for ag clear. and such in Destiny's history. But that's all I have to say on the Shattered Cipher, the final seasonal weapon. Tell me what you think, and if this video has helped you, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. This has been Jimbo. I'll see you guys next time.